Hey everyone, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we have this 2019 Cadillac Escalade and we're going to do the side chrome panel installation for the doors. So this is how it looks before doing the installation on the chrome panels, and this is how it looks after the installation. So we use the gloss black material in order to black out the entire chrome panel. Link for the product will be provided below. But with that being said, let's get started with the installation video. So before we start with the installation, we need to make sure we prep both panels that we're working on. So all you need is water and baby shampoo mixed together in the spray bottle. Once you have your solution, spray it onto a clean microfiber towel and make sure to start removing any contaminants that the panel may have. And then once you're done prepping, make sure that everything's completely dry. That way the adhesive on the film is able to tack down to the panel. So we're going to start off by installing the piece that covers just this section of the panel. So with this one, make sure you align it on the bottom section. Follow the design that it has. So just like that. And with this one, we're going to use your finger to help it tack down right below the lettering. That way it doesn't move. And with this one, the technique we're going to do in order for it to tack down on the lettering is holding the film in position with one hand, applying heat throughout this middle section where the letters are located. Once you apply heat, start tacking down each letter. So hold it and start tacking down each letter. And once you have most of the letters tacked down, start carefully placing the film down and applying heat. That way it starts to tack down to the lettering. So if you need to remove the film to remove the air, you can. So just bring all the air to the top for each letter. Once you finish applying heat and tacking down each piece, now we can move on with the rest of the panel. So make sure you finish it off by applying heat on the curved area here and then helping it tack down as you go. So apply heat. Once you apply heat, make sure you secure the body line here before we seal the top edges. So now squeegee and finish off with the top layer. And if you do happen to have bubbles in this middle section where the letters are located, you can use a needle. Insert the needle where the bubble is located on the lettering, create a release cut, and then now all the air that was trapped where the bubble was located should disappear and you're able to tack down everything. And you would just do it throughout the entire lettering wherever you see those bubbles, and then apply heat to seal it. Okay, and once we secured this entire panel, now we can move on with the next installation. So for the next piece, all we need to do is make sure we cover this entire section. So just apply the film and just make sure you follow where you left off, covering the chrome until you reach it to this end. So make sure everything is aligned, and then once you have it tacked down, you're going to grab your squeegee and start tacking down the entire panel and make sure to remove all the air that's underneath the panel. So this should be good, and now all we need to do is grab our heat gun and apply heat throughout this entire panel. Make sure you help it tack down on the curves, so top, bottom, and just help it seal underneath, and then we'll trim out the extra material. So for the piece that covers this entire panel here, just place the film to the chrome panel and align it where we left off, and make sure you're giving yourself enough material to cover the top section as well. So this should be a good amount, and once it's aligned and tacked down, we're going to lift the film carefully and just follow through with the rest of the design of the panel. So all I did was just use my finger to help it tack down around the body line here, and then the rest should just cover up and down on the panel here. But if you need to lift it to readjust it, let's say it was in a line here, lift it carefully and adjust it to where you need it, and then just bring it down. And you would just have to lift a little bit of the film, that way you remove those fingers if you have any, but if you don't, then you should be good. And now all we need to do is grab our squeegee, start tacking down the entire panel, make sure to remove all the air, and then once we're done tacking it down, apply heat to help the film tack down. So once you finish placing it, grab your heat gun and start applying heat throughout the entire panel. And then for this edge, what you can do in order to cover the chrome on the edge here is lift the film, open the door, and then apply heat. And as you're applying heat, help it tack down to the curve. So I'll show you what I mean. So this is the chrome piece that I'm talking about. So when you see it, there's chrome on this section. So in order to cover that, make sure you have this excess material. That way you could wrap it around and cover the chrome. So hold it in position, and as you're holding it, apply heat. That way the film loses the tension that it has around this area, and then you can help it tack down with your finger. So apply heat, let the film cool down just a bit. That way your finger is just able to tack down and place the film on the edge. And also we avoid having any fingers. As you can see now, it looks flat, no fingers on the edge. Apply heat, that way the film starts molding to the design. Let the film cool down, grab your squeegee and start tacking down everything. And then once everything's tacked down, then we can trim off the extra material throughout the entire panel. So let's say for example here, find the gap and trim off the excess material. So it should look like this, and finish it off on the top layer. Remove it, and don't forget about the bottom piece. And then just make sure to trim off everything else on this top and bottom section, and then we should be good. So we're going to start by placing the film that covers the top layer here. So with this one, give yourself a good amount of material to cover the curve here, and then just follow the design of the panel as you go until you reach it to this end here. Once you place the film, grab your squeegee, tack down the entire panel. Make sure to remove all the air that's underneath the film. Tack down the top and the bottom. And now make sure to apply heat around the curve, that way it sits perfectly fine on the edge without lifting. So grab your heat gun, apply heat around the edge, let the film cool down, and use your finger to help it tack down. Do it again, and you just repeat this process until this edge is tacked down and you don't have any fingers. Once this whole area is tacked down, grab your blade and trim off the excess material. There's a small gap in between the chrome panel and the door. Just carefully remove the excess material, and until you reach it to the other end here. Once you're done trimming, remove the material and you should be good. And now we move on to the bottom piece. So now for the next one, just continue on where you left off. So align it right on the edge, and then follow the body line of the panel here as you align it, and you should reach it up to the edge right here. And then just start tacking everything down with your squeegee. And same process as how we did on the edge here. Apply heat to help it tack down on the curve, and then just follow through until you reach it here. So just apply heat, let the film cool down, and then use your finger to tack it down. And you can also use your squeegee just to help the film tuck in underneath the panel here. That way it feels perfect and no fingers. And then just continue on with the rest of the panel. And now just trim off the excess material in the bottom. Okay, once you're done trimming, move on to the last piece. So for this last piece, for this one, you can overlap it a good amount from where we left off. That we have better coverage all over this entire section. Once you place it, use your finger to just tack down the rest of the panel. Secure the top and secure the bottom. And we're going to apply heat in order to help it tack down around the edge here, like how we did it for the front piece. And this one's not as deep, so you could just apply a little bit of heat just so it sits, because if you don't, it's just going to keep lifting. So apply heat around the edge. You can also just lift the film and start applying heat and then tack it down. And don't forget about the edges. And then just make sure to secure the top and the bottom section. And now we could trim off the excess material. And now we move on to post heating the entire panel. So the last thing to do once you finish installing the entire piece for the side door panels is to post heat the entire panel. So all you need to do is grab your heat gun and apply heat throughout the entire panel evenly, and just help make sure to tack down any edges that are still lifting with your heat gun. And once you're done with this step, you're done with the installation. Thank you for choosing Bogar Tech Design. As a small business, your support means everything to us. If you loved your product, please drop a review. If you have questions or issues, don't forget to message us via email. Once again, thank you so much for the support from our family to yours. So that concludes the installation video for the lower door trim installation for the 2019 Cadillac Escalade. We hope that the video helped you guys out with the installation. Don't forget to drop a like on the video, make sure you subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. That way you don't miss any of our upcoming installation videos. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.